Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Onomatopoeia Volume 2, Episode 3. With us today is just the duo, Nick Milnes.
Austin Sanders.
Alright, and I guess we'll just go ahead and do our media stuff today. Glass came out this Friday. I've seen online that there are some mixed reviews, but luckily this is something that Austin and I actually got to go see. So Austin, why don't you go ahead and tell me your initial thoughts, and I will rebut.
Yeah. Well, you guys already know the information. This is the third for Shyamalan's trilogy.
A surprise trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbreakable was not my favorite. I liked it when it first came out, but I noticed my copy of it is still a VHS.
Well, that's the only way to watch it, I think, right?
And then I really thoroughly enjoyed Split. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I saw it a few times in theaters. But Glass, I don't think it was. I think it lost focus, which is understandable with so many characters.
When you make a movie 15 years between each other, you kind of lose a little bit there.
I thought that everyone was giving it their all, but there was so many moments that I thought were just very slow for no reason. It wasn't a building slow. It was a very spacious movie.
Yeah. It was a. I don't even know how to describe it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was just fine.
I like the PTSD stuff with Anna Taylor-Joy. With James McAvoy's character.
I am glad that they brought back everybody, even that kid actor
that's crazy,
who didn't really grow into a better actor as he aged. To me,
I liked his part in the movie though. I liked his
that he stayed that my dad is awesome.
The Barbara Gordon, the Oracle character. And I thought that was cool.
I had forgotten too when I was watching that movie that what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name. Didi. They call him the overseer, I think, in the movie is how they referred to him. I forgot that he had the power, like when he touched somebody, he could see like a crime they committed or like something they would do in their future. So I'm in the theater there with my girlfriend. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I forgot he had
Bruce
that.
Willis
Bruce Willis's power. Okay, I forgot he had that power.
I was just went with it.
And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like I just thought that he was super strong.
What did you? This is I couldn't tell if I thought this was excellent or bogus to do my Bill and Ted reference there. When they tried to drown him with the water, when they really made it like, oh, you've got
spoilers,
the weakness.
By the way.
Oh, we apologize. We never preface anything.
Yeah.
This will be.
We've been told we need to watch the spoilers a little bit. So spoilers.
We'll have this. The movies we talk about. And most likely movies you haven't seen will be spoiled.
Guys, there's going to be spoilers. Okay, otherwise you wouldn't be listening if you didn't want to hear about this stuff.
But so what did you think about that? Like I thought at the very end they really overplayed the whole weakness thing. But then I was like, I kind of liked it to make it really feel like a more
and if they are going to kill off those characters, this is a guy who is super duper strong. They need something to kill him with, otherwise the story doesn't go anywhere.
Did you like the lead up to that big building and all this stuff was going to happen? And
you mean the twist Shyamalan ending that wasn't really a twist?
Yes. Was that considered a twist?
Well, it's a Shyamalan film, so yes, I would say there's got to be one in there.
I just feel like that was a continuation of the plot.
I know. I was kind of like thinking like the whole time it's like, this girl has her own agenda and everything, and I was not really surprised. I was hoping the twist ending would be when I saw M. Night Shyamalan in the video store, and he's wearing like that park ranger costume that all of his films were in the same continuity. Yeah, no, like The Village and Signs and stuff. That would be great.
It would be really interesting.
But no, they didn't do that. They just had his little feel good cameo and moved on. I was like,
I always kind of like his cameos because his acting style is like, I'm in a movie.
Well, yeah,
like he always does that same sort of thing.
Like him and Tarantino, they have this fetish of being in their own movies because they can't make it in real life, so they
just put themselves into them.
I know.
But overall, I would say this is an enjoyable picture.
And Sam Jackson, he did well. I forget that he's a good actor sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, he was fun. I also like when he can chew fat. This character, he's just able to just go out at it.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my brother the other day. We were talking about Star Wars recently in a video game that they've come out with. They've had Count Dooku as a new character that you can download and stuff. And so we got into the talk of Corey Burton doing his voice like during Clone Wars and stuff. And there was a quote of Christopher Lee saying that, well, why do you need me? This guy does me better than me. And that made me think, like, Sam Jackson doesn't do Mace Windu and stuff. And I was thinking, Sam Jackson, he just likes doing movies. I don't think he does this stuff because he needs money, because he's like the most
successful. Financially.
Financially, well, yeah, his
IP.
Yeah, his movies have grossed the most money because he's in fucking everything. But I was thinking too, it's like, well, why does he do that? It's not like Nick Cage where he needs the money. He just genuinely likes doing stuff. I think
someone will tie into that. He does like doing, like, you do see him do like just in.
Yeah.
I think he does like it because, like, Nick Cage, he needs more money than obviously Samuel Jackson.
But that's why he's doing everything, because he's in financial shit.
He does like 5 direct-to-DVD movies, and then he'll do like 1 art piece.
Yeah.
But I think it's because, well, I know Nick Cage really likes acting, but when you watch Samuel Jackson, I think there is a point where you see him phone it in.
Yeah, he has that love for it, I think, like, more than anything. I don't think he needs a paycheck unless he's made, because I haven't read anything about him making some horrible financial decisions. Maybe he got caught up in the Bernie Madoff stuff, but like I don't know.
I don't know, but
the thing though, sorry to go back to Glass.
What's your overall?
James McAvoy's a good actor.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good.
Did you see that they had clipped out like 30 minutes of like, they took out like 4 different characters he'd done, and they just trimmed them out of the movie, and it took like 30 minutes
and
off.
It seemed like to me too, whenever they were doing it, he has 25 distinct personalities, 20 something.
I think it grew since Split.
Yeah, and so anyway, it seemed like he had like maybe like 10, 15 in Split. They had to like check off these other ones too, since they're gonna kill him off. Spoilers, since they're gonna get rid of him, and just like, we have to see this one real quick. Also, I was a little surprised. I guess based on his current personality, he is immune to damage and stuff. Like when he's the Beast, okay, because like that didn't make sense.
You saw Split, right?
Yeah, I saw Split. Yeah, but
they kind of give it at the end of Split. Something I did really like about the movie. There's that scene, the first you've seen in the trailer, where like that pink room sort of thing, and it's all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Where she almost convinces them that they don't have powers.
Oh yeah, no.
I really liked her doing that. Was she supposed to be the Whisper Man? They had that Alex Ross comic thing.
Because she's supposed to be the Whisper Man.
Is that what they were hinting, or what was the Whisper Man for?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So much emphasis. Okay, what's Bruce Willis's child, now an adult, goes to the comic book store and then grabs that issue and it says Whisper Man, and it's the Alex Ross cover. Did he consider himself that because he talked to his dad through his earpiece, or is the girl feeding the information to the people of their falsified superhero?
I don't know. That's actually a good question.
I thought that was going to be built up to something. Yeah, but it didn't really turn out.
No, it didn't. It was just the typical super or the secret society trope.
Well, did you hear that backstory though? Alex Ross told M. Night Shyamalan that in Unbreakable, like Samuel Jackson has the comic books. He does the spiel. He told him, he's like, that none of those comic book covers are accurate for the time period. They look phony, and he's like, I can actually do a good one. And then they're like,
nerd.
And then like Alex Ross got the job because he basically said that the comic books look like shit in Unbreakable. And then like 15 years later, he's like,
that's great. I know. That's
have you ever seen what Alex Ross looks like?
No, I actually haven't.
Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists. And then you see him, and he really is the guy that's like, listen, on page 12 of issue 72,
he's that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, the conventions. Excuse me. I don't understand the characterization here, but I'm glad we are not to that point yet. We will be though eventually.
With age.
Yeah, we will be. But anyway, yeah. So what would you say about Glass? Would you want to go see it again? Would you recommend others to go see it?
I'm really hoping for a DVD release with a little more information. Blu-ray, digital, whatever you watch it on. But let's jump into DC. The biggest thing I want to ask you about is, did you notice that all of them came with this little preview of the price?
Okay.
Did you see this?
No, tell me about it.
It's before every issue, and I've got a few questions. There's a picture, and then it's got the information.
Yeah.
The picture is Batman and Flash unconscious on the ground.
Okay,
and
yeah,
a
okay, I'm sorry.
shadow of Gotham Girl.
Yeah,
and,
and
it says that-
there's the little Psycho Pirate mask over there by the trash and
it
stuff.
says a Heroes in Crisis tie-in.
Is it a Heroes in Crisis tie-in?
It starts with the next issue of Batman.
It's like the button where it's 2 Batman, 2 Flash.
But this is what it says, written by Joshua Williamson.
Who's the Flash writer?
Yeah, so is he writing the Bat issues? Because it didn't say Tom King
I
anywhere on it.
assume so, because remember the button was Williamson and King.
See, that's what I was wondering, but they didn't mention it.
So it seems to me like it's just Williamson.
Which is weird, because
It's right smack in the middle of Tom King's run, too.
And that's what I want to ask you about. With the last issue we talked about, and 62 and 63 now of Batman. What the fuck is happening, Nick? Can you tell me about that? Because we were like, this is an interesting issue with the pig. And now this Constantine one, I was like, seriously, what the fuck are you...
I had to put it down for a minute and then pick it back up. Because, I mean, we make jokes about Tom King's Batman being wordy. This is the wordiest one we've had yet.
And let's talk about...
and it's not even like speech panels. It's like just Constantine monologuing. Spoilers! It's just Constantine monologuing.
Last 62 was Batman talking himself out of a situation with Professor Pig.
Yeah, he was trapped in like some kind of a
dream
meat
situation or something.
Yeah, like meat packing
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's where he was. But like mentally, it seemed kind of like a dream. This one, yet again, more dreams.
This is confirmed to be a dream, because Constantine is talking to Batman the entire way. What's going on in this is that it's kind of like a dream of if the wedding went the other way, where Catwoman met him on the roof, if they were living together, if they were taking showers together.
It's really sad.
Sexy time. But apparently, if this future came to pass, she would get shot. Like I don't know if she would be shot in place of Nightwing with the Beast, or if this is just some like, you know, his...
I did like that tie-in that they made the acknowledgement.
They did say that this is kind of his worst fears kind of brought to life. He's tied up somewhere. They're using scarecrow gas to just feed him this fever dream.
In a point-blank panel. It's like, they're like, no, you're just under by some scarecrow toxin.
Because I think Tom heard us and like, okay, Austin, Nick, here you go. This is what's going on.
We know you like that King of Fear shit. We'll say that it's a scarecrow toxin.
You like that? Check this out. Yeah.
Like, no, I thought it was really funny that it just point-blank just said, oh, no, you're fucked up somewhere.
Yeah, well, which if anybody would be able to deliver that, it's Constantine. But the thing that I'm wondering is that, you know, he says like, you're not even here, are you? No, mate, I'm not even here. So it's like, why is he thinking of Constantine?
That's what I was thinking, because their interactions have always been so small.
Yeah,
like in anything where
because they're polar opposites of each other. You know, Batman
wouldn't
is
want
like
to even be a room with that guy.
Exactly, and everybody hates Constantine. That's why. But yeah, I don't even know what to think of it. Really.
Well, see,
I think that's the point.
My biggest thing that I'm very confused about is we're going into now this event. This
it's called
price.
It's called like Nightmares or something too. Like this little, you know, storyline or whatever this volume is going to be when it comes to trade.
But yeah, I think it's really like, if I had one more issue to kind of like tie it together. Mm-hmm. But the fact that we're jumping right into this event not written by Tom King, I was like, what?
I'm also thinking too that I think Doomsday Clock is going to be on number 10 whenever it comes out, and they're thinking like, oh shit, wait, Doomsday Clock is going to end. We need to tie this in somehow. Because remember that was the whole crux of the button, was basically just
the tie into
that whole to show Dr. Manhattan picking up a freaking button.
How long ago that was?
I know, and it's sad because, you know, when it was fresh, it was just like everything just exploded on the internet, but it's really gone dark since then. Because like it seems pretty clear to me that this is not going to have any bearing on any of the DC stuff moving forward. To me,
it's not been built up in any other realm.
Which the way that this was presented, Rebirth was going to change everything. Like it was going to just wipe basically all of the 52 stuff clean, except for little bits and pieces. Like, you know, like new Wally West, you can stay. You know, you guys can stay. You can stay. But
it's kind of like what Marvel did with the Ultimate Universe. All we've got is Jimmy.
Well, and that's what
Mjolnir.
That's what they tried to imitate with Legacy. And we'll get to Marvel in just a bit. Yeah. But anyway, Batman, I don't know what the hell to think of it. And again, I think that's the point.
I did enjoy watching what I wanted out of the wedding. I did
watching Batman and Catwoman shower together, right? That's what you wanted.
Specifically that. But no, I really like I did want to see the way it would work, and I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously the ending we got is the one we deserved.
Yeah, because Batman cannot have a happy ending. It's just he can't. Batman's story is not a hero's triumph. It is a tragedy. It will always be a tragedy.
I wanted to spit this out to you. We got our new books in, and I was able to buy it a couple days before it came out. I got the metal trade.
Sick. Does it have everything, or is it just a 6?
It's a 6 with like two of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Batman Lost and one of the other ones.
Okay, yeah, I remember that because like I was reading the synopsis of it. It's like, hey, the story of Dark Knight's Metal leads here. Check this shit out from 2009, and it's like,
oh, they did no. I saw that. That one was like they tried to like
tie it in.
Road to Metal has like a bunch of Morrison stuff, and if you were just to pick that up, you'd be like, what the fuck is this book?
I know.
But the actual Metal has been good. But I'm rereading the series. First off, Capullo's art is just so
it fits
good.
It fits the theme very well.
But I forgot how cool and in depth that story is. It's
and
really
that's the
good.
thing for you guys that are a Batman nerd like me. I have recently acquired an archive of all the Batman comics, all the detective comics and stuff.
Oh, really?
So reading those, Batman Lost becomes a lot more interesting.
Batman, okay.
Because he takes stuff from like the 80s, from the 60s, like so many different stories, like different pieces.
It opens up with that thing where it's like, it starts with the window.
I know.
It goes to the first story, remember?
Yeah, that one I got because that's like his original, like the first.
And I love
detective
that.
thing, and there's a lot of things that didn't make sense, like the underground cult society that has like the dagger and stuff with the lady that's gonna get sacrificed.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's a story from the I think the 90s, where they first talk about Barbados or Barbatos.
Is that where that happens?
Yeah, it's like a real.
So is the 90s where he kind of gets his
90s, 80s, like different pieces of different.
But no. Where
things.
did the Barbados or Barbados?
They call them Barbathos back in the day, like with an H in there.
But when was that exactly? Do you know?
Barbatos, that was, I want to say early 90s. It was like some Riddler crossover.
It's pretty new then.
Concept wise, and then it was kind of discarded until Morrison picked it back up in Final Crisis.
What's
or I guess that would be Batman R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He picked it back up.
What's Batman in that, the multicolor one?
Batman of Zur-En-Arr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really need to go and reread my Morrison run.
Yeah, Batmite's in it. You'll love it.
Oh, I forgot Batman. Batmite is the one that talks Bruce through it.
Yeah, but it's like a figment of his imagination. It's not like Mixie Spidlick.
Yeah.
So.
I really need to read that. But okay, let's see. I want to talk about this because I don't know if you read it. Did you read Shazam issue 2?
I did read Shazam.
John's,
yes, I did. And it makes me think. It angers me that they've grown John Kent up, because couldn't you see John and Billy Batson being best friends?
Fucking awesome.
Wouldn't that be great?
Like
just the two of them hanging out.
Yeah, or just with the Shazam family. Now, did you catch this? I read it 3 times because I couldn't figure. I liked it, but there's a few things I didn't get.
Uh-huh.
So Mr. Mind was
spoilers.
Yeah, Mr. Mind, is you see him for a second, and then there's a panel of a book talking about him.
Uh-huh.
So
it's like a tome of magical creatures, is what Dr. Sivana is reading.
And then I actually really like that voice you did for him. That's what I've always imagined.
Yeah, no, in my head, like anytime I hear him, like, because back in the old decrepit guy, he's like, I am Dr. Stadia Sivana. Like that.
That's exactly what I imagined.
Anytime, like I just think of that.
And of course, Mark Strong's gonna change that. Okay, so we've got Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury.
Don't forget the exclamation point.
And now exclamation point. That is, what's his name?
King Kid.
Yeah, of Funland. Okay, so bullshit.
Probably a little. There's probably a little fuckery there.
I'm excited to use the. I think that's a cool thing to use the exclamation point.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But I don't. I gotta say the Funland thing, I didn't find that interesting.
That's what I was thinking too the entire time I was doing it, because I was like, okay, hold on, there's Shazam. That's 6. Like, because I could see that being the gods.
Says, like,
and then I was kind of like, okay, Freddy, Carlo, Pedro, Mary. There's only 6 of them. Like, because I was trying to like make sense of it, and then it did it. You got me, Jeff. But yeah.
How long do you think he's been having that? Just like, I got this really good idea.
Since Darkseid War. Since Darkseid War, because he's been wanting to do it. Yeah, but anyway, I thought it was a pretty good issue.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good. I've always liked Jeff Johns' work, but with Doomsday Clock and now this Shazam,
the cover does not fit the story at all, too. By the way, just saying, because it's got Santa Claus and stuff on the cover.
Oh yeah,
it has nothing to do with
sense.
It. Yeah.
But I just feel like these. He's got so much going on in his head. He puts so much words on the page. Like, I feel like these are the... Like, I understand Doomsday Clock, but Shazam seems like it should be a little less wordy for the audience it's shooting for.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe it's just a product of him writing Doomsday Clock. He's getting Alan Moore wordy.
Well, it's crazy because I guess I expected this to be more like Super Sons.
Yeah, that sort of, like something with like action, and you're seeing a lot of the Shazam family.
But it's just like he's like, I've got some great high concepts, and he's like, it's a teenager that cards like
they take a train to a amusement park.
All right, but that's about all I've got to say about that. Just enjoyable. I would check it out. That book. On
so
the shelf.
you'll look at number 3 then.
Oh yeah, I mean I like this book.
It's pretty fun.
Fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not a huge Captain Marvel Shazam person myself, but yeah, so far so good. I don't have any problems with it. Boys being boys.
I want to see a little bit more of the family.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like it's an issue 1. I feel like you need to have some sort of history of Billy or.
Exactly, because the Shazam family plays such a big role into his making. Oh, that was the other thing. What do you think about Billy Batson's dad? Like, is that actually his dad coming back?
Oh no, I think this has got to be like this seems like classic like
classic foolery.
Yeah, like it just seems like it might be.
Yeah, like the Brotherhood of Monsters type thing going on.
But let's see.
Naomi, one of the new what do they call it? Wonder Comics started this year.
I read that one 3 times. Maybe it was just the DC ones I really liked.
Yeah, I had to read
or questioned about that.
I had to read that one a couple times too because I'm thinking like, oh hey, Superman shows up in this little podunk Oregon town
multiple times.
Yeah, and so it gets Naomi thinking like, okay, this isn't the first time I've heard about this. Like, what else has gone on? But everyone else seems to be oblivious to it. Did you see Superman here the other day? Yeah, did you see him the other day? What are you talking about? You know, kind of thing. But apparently it revolves around her in some way. Of course it does.
We're spoilers. We don't need to keep saying it. But the last part where basically the last time a superhero came was the day she was adopted.
Yeah, so significant times in her life.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes.
Are you going to keep reading?
Oh, yes. Okay. I think this is going to be a good story. I just think it was a weird issue 1. Like, what was the one we did last week?
It was
Young Justice.
No, Young Justice was the week before.
But was that the other Wonder book?
Yeah.
Okay, Young Justice was a hard number 1. You felt it. We got all these characters thrown at you, big action. This one was like,
this was more Bendis-y than the other ones.
It felt
I would say.
Yeah.
It felt very reminiscent of like a Miles Morales comic.
Yeah, I didn't tie it to that till that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say honestly, I would check out Shazam and Naomi because Shazam's only issue 2. This is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Batman probably not, unless you're like if you're into the story.
Unless you've read the like 40 issues before and yeah.
Aquaman 44. Kelly Sue DeConnick has taken over, and this had very similar ties. She's got a book. What is it?
Does this have to do with Dead Water still?
No.
Okay, because this is very Dead Water.
They dropped in like 18 deities into this.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
They had like 3 pages of gods. They didn't even have enough to do like a side by side. It was 3.
It was just full. And I did like the end with basically Andy is his name. He's going by now.
Andy.
Where he's basically like they drown him. Like it ends with like them like this. I guess his awakening will come from the drowning.
But Austin, he's Aquaman. You can't drown him.
No, but I just like that panel.
Okay, I haven't been keeping up with Aquaman, so please walk me through what the fuck is going on with this.
We don't know right now. I mean, Kelly's story takes place.
We'll start back. Why is he not with Mira? Like, what happened there?
Oh, I have no idea. See, let me bring it up right here. So,
not from 44. I mean, like from back. Like if you can go back. Like, just tell me the plot line that's happened.
Well, okay. So you read part of this. This is Dan Abnett, who did the
tail.
The tail end of 52 into now Rebirth. And he had a cool story of Arthur basically left Atlantis, and it was kind of in the underworld area, which is cool. Basic stuff.
When Corn Wrath was the the ruler. I know that much.
And then, but now, I mean, everything's fresh. 43 started a complete new story that has apparently no tie-ins at all.
Okay.
But back on that 40, the one she did 43.
Yeah.
Not this one we just read. He, I guess, is. Do you want to say dementia, or he's been put in this? I don't.
Sounds like some Namor amnesia to me. Like.
So, I don't know. I think we're gonna figure it out, but the way it's unraveling is.
He's like in some like weird Italian.
And there's some
area?
witch there too that I think she plays into it as well.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
But no, why is Mira not involved in this? Because you got to see her in this issue, in Atlantis, and I don't know, it's different. I'm obviously gonna keep reading. I love Kelly Sue, but I don't, and I like the Arthur, but I don't know what they're shooting for.
Yeah,
like the stingers aren't like nailing me.
Well, it's Aquaman, so
gonna sell.
I was just saying it probably won't lead to much. Sorry, guys. Did you read Justice League?
No, how was it?
Okay. Justice
I know some
League,
big Martian Manhunter shit went down, right? Or
yeah. Some big Martian Manhunter shit went down. Basically, since this started, he's on Thanagar talking to another Green Martian that's apparently like the elder of his people or something.
Survived?
Yeah, that Shira Hall has kidnapped and has something called like the Azorbicon on her head, which I was like, that's kind of some Stan Lee naming right there. But anyway, what this is, it's supposed to be a device that makes like things reality, like memories reality or something, and that's how Shira Hall is maintaining the Thanagar force.
Because it wasn't actually there, right? They're not physically on Thanagar.
Yeah, and the Thanagar group is so widespread now that they don't have the numbers to keep up their forces. So Shire Hall is worried that Thanagar will get invaded if.
Is it just Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, and who else is? Because the last issue was something like this too, right?
Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are hanging out with Starman on a regular Earth. John Stewart is there too. We also get a surprise guest Corps. The Green Lantern Corps is there with Kilowog. He says the word Poozer, which makes me happy.
Got it.
Okay, so anyway, what happens in Justice League is that it's shown that all this is a sham. Of course, we learned in the last one, but there's another great secret that this Martian mistress needed to give to John. It was kind of the story of Persephone, Perpetua. Oh, that character. The one that was like the leader of like the universe before the universe. Like I said, how very Marvel of them. They basically, she has the totality, that little like triangle that looks like the Legion of Doom. It has 7 lines on it, which represent the source wall. One 7 line is like justice, and then the other one is like doom or whatever, which is like, is that going to factor in the Legion of Doom? Probably not. And so anyway, they just kind of talked about Krona, knew about that, locked all the information away, hid it away, all that stuff. But the big truth that she needed to reveal to Martian Manhunter was that Perpetua's army was like a powerful group that was like human and Martian DNA mixed, like a true race of warriors or whatever. So to stop that, Krona separated the two into Martian and humans. And so the humans, they got like the warrior spirit, the fire in their heart, because Martians are weak to fire in their heart, and put them on Earth, but they didn't have like the mental capabilities and just the intelligence and stuff. And the Martians, they got the total opposite, where they're all smarty pants and everything, but they don't really have like a fighting spirit. But apparently, some Earth scientists figured this out, and it turns out they used John Jones to combine that DNA again. Like whenever, he in the 50s, he was taken by that doctor or whatever. They said that was on purpose now. That they transported him there for a purpose, which, I don't know.
Now, does this have anything to do with Steve Orlando's Martian Manhunter book?
Not that I know of. I've been a bad boy. I haven't read it yet. Okay. But
I only read the first issue.
But I don't believe so. I think it's completely opposite. Okay. This is Scott Snyder's
vision.
They're
really getting, like you just said it earlier, Marvel-y about this. This sounds very
I know, like I was saying, the universe before the universe stuff is kind of like, that's what I liked about DC. Like this is it. There's not other iterations. They don't just wipe everything clean. They keep everything, but they don't do like a whole
Metal being a perfect example.
Exactly.
They took every single thing they'd ever had and just made it work together.
Exactly. Yeah, and 'cause Metal I think was a it was a welcome transition, but it seems like they're trying to just muddle with everything now, and DC doesn't really work that way. Marvel has had that legacy of doing that.
How many issues are we into Justice League?
I believe this is 13, and no, maybe 16.
This is like the third arc.
Yeah, this is definitely the third arc. Yeah, because there was the Legion of Doom one. Actually, this is the second. They're just big arcs. They're like 12-issue arcs, I think.
Oh, okay. But I read the first 6 issues. The Legion of Doom stuff I didn't jump into, but I don't know. You're interesting me with some of this. These concepts sound cool. I'll have to check that out.
They are cool, but they like I said, they don't really sound.
They don't sound
DC. They don't sound DC to me. Which it is Scott Snyder writing this with James Tynion. This one he wrote, but I don't know. I just I'm not sure. I'll pick it up because I like the Justice League, but anyway, what the comic leads up to is that Starman comes and gets them back from Thanagar Prime, but he does like a heart swap thing with Kendra and Shire Hall. So that way it's like, okay, here's your little piece of Shire Hall when you reincarnated, so that way you can remember this stuff. And Shire, here's your little piece, so that way you can find your people and all that. But apparently he's been trying to train Kendra the whole time because she's going to go fix the source wall with him. So I guess they're going to patch it up or something. Is where the next one's going to go to.
Kendra was in Metal.
Yeah.
As that
Lady Blackhawk.
Love it.
Which was cool. Yeah. It fits. It fits. If there's anybody more deserving than Zinda Blake, it'd be her.
Did you read anything else from DC this week?
I would have to look and see.
Is there anything that you think that stuck out? That I already went over what I had read. But
yeah. We can talk about the preview for the Wonder Twins at the end of every single
I didn't read it. What was that?
It was like a book report for.
Is Bendis writing it, or is it just under the title?
No, it's some other guy writing it. Anyway, the book report was about how whatever the Wonder Twins race, how they have sex. So that was funny to read that.
Okay. I'll wait till the book.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, Wonder Twin powers activate indeed, but I'm not a big fan of Wonder Twins.
All right. Well, Nick, I know Nick just kind of saw it, but Marvel is continuing their I think it's an 80th anniversary, some sort of anniversary.
Their push of tons and tons of stuff.
Yeah, so they had that Presents we talked about, but they did one called Crypt of Shadows and then one called War is Hell.
And those are some old type are those like old Atlas kind of?
I don't know if those are specific actual titles, but they had the vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
War is Hell, I didn't think much of. I know people that really do like those war comics. Like Nick had talked last week about what's his name, Sergeant
Rock. Yeah.
But Crypts of Shadow was really fun. It was kind of like what was the old DC book? House of Shadows.
I think or like Tales of Mystery or something. Or
that's what it reminded me of because it was very Creepshow-esque.
Yeah,
you know, where it's got like
it was a lot like Creepshow to me. Like it was one of those old like serials. Not even that like when they would call them pulp magazines.
Yeah, it was a self-contained story that was fun, and actually Al Ewing wrote that story.
And Al Ewing's a great writer.
So I think that was fun. I like to see them throwing these books out.
Yeah,
I know they're not probably making a bunch of money, or it's not a big IP, but cool things that they're doing.
It's just like a fun thing, kind of a throwback to the older times.
The big thing I want to talk about is Guardians, but before we do that, the only thing I really want to talk about Marvel this week was Avengers 13 brought on the...
Of course you liked Avengers 13.
I've kind of dropped off of Aaron's run. The Avengers action hasn't been...
For those of you at home, Austin's taking his pants off while he's talking about this.
I like me some Kunlun and Iron Fist action, but
we'll explain what this was about. Just go ahead and get it over with. I know you want to.
What was it? Legacy. We got to see the first carnation of
the Avengers 1 million BC. The one where Odin fucks the Phoenix Force.
Which perfect.
Yeah.
But we've got to see a few of these background stories come to light. But we got to finally see the Iron Fist one, and Andrea Sorrentino is the artist on this, and I love this art. I think it was just it it matched the story, but Fan Fi or Fell
Yeah.
is this first Iron Fist, and it's pretty much just a jerk off issue of Iron Fist being cool.
Yeah.
She meets the first Thunderer.
Okay, now explain to me who Thunderer is, because I don't know who that is.
He's there's Lycong, who is the head guy. He's always covered his face.
So that's why he was wearing a superhero mask in 1 million BC?
That guy's got a more ridiculous mask. And Thunderer, why he has a mask? Because he has to.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say, like, it's 1 million BC. Why is he wearing a mask?
Also, in frigid Arctic
it looked
temperatures,
a lot like Captain America.
she's wearing like no clothes. Haven't figured that one out either. But
that's for the teens.
You get to see some cool things. You get to see. It's pretty much just fights. For me, it also doesn't have any tie into any of the Avengers I've read.
Yeah, it does not have any bearing on any current stuff. It's just basically an origin story of this Iron Fist, which makes me think we're going to get origin stories like, every 13 issues?
We'll get something. We'll see if this ties in anywhere, but I will say this is a fun issue, and you can just read it by itself.
Yeah, you don't need to know really anything other than that there's a female Iron Fist. But she can use both of them, correct?
Yeah, it can usually be the chi can be transferred anywhere.
Yeah,
usually.
Can Danny use both, or is it just one?
He only uses one. Actually, did you get to read Phantom Limb? I need to bring that to you.
No.
A demon comes from hell and chops off Danny's hand.
Oh, cool.
They did the Army of Darkness thing where his chi.
Did he have a chainsaw?
No, the guy ripped it off. Pretty brutal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Check that out. But let's Guardians of the Galaxy issue 1.
That's kind of the big one
by Donny Cates, and
we love Donny Cates around here.
But the only thing, it starts pretty quickly with this. Eros is like basically doing a funeral of Thanos.
It's like a big come to Jesus meeting for everybody.
But
and we're talking everybody.
Yeah, I was trying to make out some faces
all the
in there.
Galactic guys. They're Guardian, Corsair, the Skrulls.
I
just
saw
everybody.
Juggernaut in the background, and I can't figure that one out.
Juggernaut?
Yeah, hold on, I'm bringing it up to show you because I was very confused by it. But so the thing I thought I did not like, and it it could change at any issue, but I don't like how Thanos is
dead?
Tony Starked him, where his consciousness is still able to retort.
Well, it's Thanos, and I don't know if that's Juggernaut. That might be Ram Man from He-Man.
Okay. Is that Manphibian?
Let's see. I was thinking that was Manphibian or Fing Fang Foom, or because it wouldn't make sense for
and Howard the Duck's there for some reason.
Well, Howard the Duck is like a cosmic guy. No, that's not Juggernaut. It could be, what's his name, Charlie 27?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But Smasher. There's a lot of great. I mean, you get to see the old guard of the Guardians there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. There's a bunch of them.
But
there.
no, I didn't like the fact that Thanos' consciousness still remains present.
Well, it makes sense because he is like the villain to end all villains, especially right now. But apparently, what's going on is that he has transferred his consciousness into somebody. Like they don't know who they are, and it's like Thanos'
but it possibly
final.
Is Eddie Brock.
Yeah, there's a whole list of
like
people.
Dracula, Mephisto, Iron Man, Luke Cage.
I know. I was kind of like, has Venom ever interacted with Thanos?
I really hope that it's in Eddie Brock.
I know.
The cancer in Eddie Brock is actually Thanos' consciousness.
I know, and I was thinking like just when has Thanos interacted with any of these people?
Well, see, and Juggernaut was in that picture too.
Okay, yeah,
which is weird.
And the Thing is there. Basically, it's just like a fun thing of like, who's gonna be here? Bet you it's not gonna be anybody on that screen.
No,
just
most
saying.
likely not.
Yeah,
Deadpool's even in it.
God, what if Deadpool was Thanos?
So what do you think about?
He'd be like a third voice in his head.
Oh, that'd be so awful.
That would be hilarious.
What if Groot? What do you think of Groot?
Groot has a very 80s steampunk, or like a very 80s punk kind of look where he's got a spiked mohawk.
Like, his first line is "fuck you."
Yes, he does.
And I was like,
yeah. I was gonna say I still don't know how I feel about Groot talking. Like it's probably time.
I think
because
we don't know where Rocket's at, right?
No, they don't talk about Rocket. They say something about it, but they just played off like we don't talk about Rocket. So
Drax is dead.
Gamora has gone away.
Fucking crazy and is left, and then Rocket's question mark. I do like, and I know Kate's is a big fan of Annihilation, but we got Moondragon and Phyvel.
I know. I was gonna say,
like, fuck yeah.
I know, and that's what we were talking about last week. That freaking lineup. Like,
Well,
oh my
But
god.
that's another thing we learned by the like second to last panel. Our new team, because it was exaggerated on the cover, but it is Frank Castle,
Cosmic Ghost Rider,
yeah,
Frank Castle.
Moondragon, 5L, Beta Ray Bill, who was in Death of the Inhumans,
Yeah.
which Kate also did.
Because how they came about this though was that Star Lord and Groot were going to nowhere, but nowhere was nowhere to be found. But it turns out that it was rocketing towards this meeting funeral or whatever, and like it smashed into the whatever ship it was and everything, and it turns out that it's being driven by the Black Order, who are there to get Thanos' thing, and I'm just like,
it
like
was
the whole
most
time.
metal panel when they
I
jump
know.
out of the face because nowhere's like
and
the head,
again,
and they've got like the
this is written for me and Austin. I'm pretty sure that he did this for us.
it was just so like because I didn't expect that at all.
No, yeah, because you figure when these guys have their own issues or their own series, they're not really going to interact. But that's the cool thing with Marvel; they interact.
I
I
like
forget
the concept
that.
of nowhere floating.
Yeah,
Like that was cool, but them coming out and then
yeah, that's something I've always thought too. That nowhere never had like a fixed location. Like it's something that just like
and that makes sense for it too.
Yeah.
The concept.
something that's constantly moving in motion.
So, but all this crazy shit happens, and like, what is it, like a black hole or?
Yeah.
What,
They create some kind of like hole in the space time continuum that sucks everybody up, and for all we know, all these people are dead. They're not. But all these people can be dead. And the only ones that survived, like Austin had listed, are Moondragon, Philobel.
because Beta Ray Bill uses his Mjolnir to like basically
With
get
Ghost
them
Rider's
safe.
chain.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is really metal.
Yeah, and so now these are your new Guardians of the Galaxy plus Groot and Peter Quill. I also enjoyed his new ship, the Rider, and whenever the Nova Corps officer asked him, like, oh, is it named after Richard? He's like, no, Winona. Who? Winona. And so that made me laugh, continuing that 80s stuff that he does.
I was also curious because I didn't finish Infinity Wars. Why are most of the Nova Corps blue and green mouthed?
I assume that they're Kree and Alien. Is what I assume, because they're the Green Lantern Corps of Marvel. They're of all races, all different, stuff.
So what do you think about the big finale that
The Black Order is working with Hela? Makes sense. Makes
Get
sense. It's to appease the people that didn't get the Thor Ragnarok theories right, I think. But also in Thor, wasn't Thanos gonna marry Hela? I think.
that was in Jason Aaron's last little bit, right? They
Yeah,
had that meet up.
So there you go. That's probably why, because she's like, oh, he's my husband. I was gonna do that, but then I like Hela because she pretty much was like death is a skank. I'm the real deal, baby.
I really wish he had a line. Death was a skank.
That's right.
That's the best
that
thing I've ever
hussy
heard.
death, trying to steal my man.
But no, this fun. This is gonna be a great series.
It has the makings of it, yeah, because it has all the good stuff there. It has everything that makes me smile.
I really like that. I loved Thanos wins, and the Cosmic Ghost Rider book was pretty fun. But I like within like 1 year we've got this evolution of this character, and like I actually feel like really connected, and he works.
Yeah,
like, you know what it's just really crazy that he's only been in 2 series. The Thanos
and
Cosmic.
And it feels like Cosmic Ghost Rider is somebody that we didn't realize we wanted, but we needed. Because Deadpool, he's been kind of that role, but to me, he's really not cutting it as much anymore. Like that's just his whole being is
It's a shtick now instead of there was some
like
Deadpool
he used to be meta. Now he's just like we were saying shtick.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
we get it. All right, the last book I want to talk about today is I'll handle this. It's an Archie book.
Okay, yeah, you're the Archie guy.
I'm gonna spit this at you, Nick, and just you can feel the quiver in my voice.
Just tell me line for line like what's going on in this book, because I don't know.
I'm gonna preface this. My favorite characters in Archie comics, it is Cheryl Blossom. She is a fucking maniacal, mean bitch that like ruins everything. She's
aren't they all like that in Betty and Veronica?
And
like Archie and stuff.
This is the main bad bitch. It's
okay.
just conniving, like always tries to fuck everything up for everyone. She's the ferocious redhead.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and she's got a twin brother, Jason. And so
Okay.
they've kind of got this weird dynamic. And this is part of the Archie horror line, and it's called Blossoms 666, written by Cullen Bunn.
Oh, Colin, you didn't tell us. That's why you like. Okay,
So
you didn't tell me
it's
that.
my favorite character. It's written by Cullen Bunn, and it's part of the horror thing. But
Yeah.
basically,
Did you actually get to talk to him about this yet?
no.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Okay.
I pre-ordered the a variant of it, so I want to get it signed.
Okay, yeah.
But the basic story is Cheryl and her twin brother Jason. Our family is part of like a satanic cult,
Of course.
and
Because of Archie.
they
yeah.
throw a big popular like pool party, and they invite like the biggest loser of the school and the coolest guy,
Uh-huh.
and then
They carry him pretty much.
Reggie is the cool guy.
Yeah.
By the end of the book, is tied to a tree, and they bring in the loser guy, and Cheryl is basically, she's like, why? He's like, Cheryl, why am I at this party? Like, I don't fit in. She's like, because I know you've actually got what it takes, and gives him a knife, and then shows him the guy tied to the tree. Like, so it's
Jesus.
just, like, it gets dark within the first issue of, but yeah, they're part of a satanic cult, and
Who runs Archie? Like that's what I want to know.
it's
Like
the Archie horror brand, and they've done Jughead the Hunger.
I know. I was gonna say this is-
Vampironica.
This is just like so off base for Archie because I
Have you
remember.
read Afterlife with Archie or any of these?
No, I've never read any Archie.
You need to read these
No.
comics.
God damn. Man.
And even the TV show now, we'll talk about this later. Riverdale has gotten pretty crazy. There's the Gargoyle King that is a giant monster that lives in the forest.
What the fuck?
You wouldn't believe me if I showed you an episode. You would be like, Austin, what is this?
I was gonna say.
Oh, did I tell you about that? Archie got framed for murder and he got put into prison where he fights
can
in an
believe that on a
underground
C-
society.
I can believe that on a CW show.
Yeah,
but like.
Well, the underground society is controlled by people that play Dungeons and Dragons, and
Of
based
course.
on it's fucking crazy.
God.
Yeah, this
Oh,
universe has
Lord.
become so much more. But yeah,
Oh,
I'd say this
CW,
book
man.
is a really fun book. And I didn't look. I always feel bad. We get to this point of the show, and I always forget to look up the fucking solicitations for next week.
Yeah.
Did you look up anything?
No. I know that the Wonder Twins are coming because DC was shoving it down my throat. For those of you that are listening, a good app to use is Feedly.
What is that?
It's called Feedly. It's basically just like a RSS feed app. I subscribe to a feed that says shipping this week, or I think there's shippingthisweek.com as well too. It'll kind of give you like an idea of what's coming out for this next week and everything.
Yeah, unless it's like Batman and the Outsiders.
Oh yeah, no, you're never getting that.
I'm still so upset. No, I did read last week they put up a thing. It's gonna be out in like June.
Mhm. Oh, that's another thing. DC is canceling Titans and Damage come April. Didn't read them anyway. Don't care. Like I was talking about last week or maybe the week before, there's a lot of teenage superhero teams running around now. So I think Titans would be kind of the one that
I think
it was like the Teen Titans grown up.
yeah, and
but
I
I
think
didn't really
Titans
care.
had a very specific fan base.
Yeah, I didn't.
I can't
really
believe it
care,
lasted
though.
this long.
I know. I just didn't care.
Now,
honestly,
is Teen Titans still a book?
Teen Titans is still a book, yeah, and that one's still gonna run. I think.
Is it still fun? Like I like that first arc.
Yeah, actually, there was a Teen Titans this week, and it's centered around Damien. You would like this one a lot.
Is it the same
Damien-
art team and same creative forces?
I do believe so.
I need to check it out. Then.
Damien is apparently keeping villains chained up in like the
course.
basement, which
course he
it's really good.
Are they in San Francisco? Yeah. Like
I'm
the
not.
Titans
I'm not
headquarter?
sure. But anyway, they go to the Batcave in this one. So you'd like this one. You would enjoy it. There's some good Alfred getting onto Damien and stuff action.
Also, I forgot about Metal. The Batman Who Laughs has those Alfreds he unleashes, and it's "May I help you? May I help you?" The robot ones that are like killing people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
May I-
That's the murder machine. I know. I was listening to an old podcast we had done weeks ago. We were talking about it too, and I had the best like sound effect for Bane breaking Alfred's back because we were talking about like he's like, "Oh, can I help you, sir?" And Bane just like snaps him. He's like, "Oh!" And this is in the Batcave and stuff.
Was that in which? What
That was Murder Machine.
Okay, I also bought that. I had Dawnbreaker's still my favorite.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker is cool.
But
Dawnbreaker's still like he's only like a teenage Batman though, I think.
Yeah, I just love that decrepit form. Like
Yeah.
seeing him like
Yeah, like-
he looked like just scary.
Because he doesn't need like any sustenance because of his ring now.
I really liked also, one I wanted to be awesome that I didn't really enjoy as much was The Drowned.
Yeah,
it didn't do much for me.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's just The Drowned is kind of what I expected. I also enjoyed looking at those books of the Dark Knight's Metal trade backs and stuff, or trade paperbacks, because like it has Capullo's original designs and stuff, and this was like this big burly bearded Aquaman Batman is what they originally had, and then the Dawnbreaker one had like the little like Sid Vicious jacket or like cape or something.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that one picture, and he's even smaller and looks scarier.
I know.
What did you? One I still can't get into is I didn't like the Gotham Resistance or the other thing to follow up, like Green Arrow and Teen Titans teaming up, and Suicide Squad.
The Gotham Resistance, that was just kind of like filler to me. And it kind of irritates me that the Batman Who Laughs would let them have like their little powers and stuff, like they're fun, because it seems like to me he'd be like, no, you guys don't get to do this. This is just me. I just get to have fun.
There's that one part in I think Metal 3 where the Batman Who Laughs, they're sitting in that bar, and he's like, put on a song.
When he kills Nightmaster?
Yeah.
And he has like the freaking sword through his head.
It's like one of the most brutal things. And then it's like all of them, like after they kill him.
And this bar is on fire.
And they're just sitting there, and he puts on something on the jukebox, and it's just the Batman Who Laughs being fucking crazy. And it's so good.
I know, and that's why this book is good. Batman Who Laughs is really cool.
I'm really anxious for the trade. Also,
I know he's not going to stay for long, but
we have it for this amount of time.
I know.
I really want to
enjoy it while you got it.
Read the All-Star Batman that Snyder did. I never touched it, and I really it's out like in complete form now.
I was gonna say it was good. There's little pieces
like a road
in
trip.
there. Yeah, it's Batman on the road basically. The first Ally is something totally different from that, but I think issues 1 through 10 are like him on the road. It culminates in him fighting Ra's al Ghul, which is good because they haven't used Ra's in a while.
Man, I've been like working. I have a concept of a DC script, and I'm just doing it just to like get writing down, like I know this script won't ever be anything, but it's for me to get better. But I'm really using Ross because I just always see him as an overseer, but I want to see that guy more because I don't know much about him, and I want to try to work with that.
And that's the thing, that he's supposed to be mysterious. Like, we don't know a lot about him. We just know he was born some 700 years ago in the Middle East.
I want to jump back into, or for me, just right now, working on something, I want to jump into more mythology of the Lazarus Pit. I want to like come up with some concepts just because I think it's a really
and now that we have like this exponential metals that can explain that kind of thing, we can explain it a little bit better. I don't like the whole thing that there are Lazarus pits around the world. I wish there was just like
so
singular.
Convenient. Yeah.
It's like,
well, I mean, that started with Endgame, right? That's where that kind of
the Lazarus pit. No, there's been Lazarus pits.
No, like the multiple one. Because I thought there was just one.
No, there's a bunch of multiple ones. But Batman like destroyed them or something. So until like there's only like a few left. Because Ra's al Ghul still has some secret ones. Because that's how he did. Jason Todd brought him back to life.
Yeah.
And everything.
And I went back to read.
I like Red Hood now. Like he's cool now. I don't like his costume at all. But
the new costume.
But I like that he has a falling out with Batman because I suggested that like 2 years ago, and I'm glad that they did it.
I liked the first arc of that book because they had brought Black Mask back and it was cool. Mm-hmm. But then I kind of gave up on it after a little bit when Bizarro got really intelligent.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Outsiders.
Well, are they even? Is Artemis
or the Outlaws? My mistake.
Is Artemis and Bizarro even in Red Hood anymore?
No. Red Hood is broken off from everybody.
Is it just Red Hood?
It's just Red Hood now. It's like Red Hood Adventures or something. Like I don't know what it's called, but he recently they finished an arc with Batwoman, who was hanging out with him, which is cool. I like that because Batwoman
she would work really good with him too.
Yeah, because they're both kind of like away from the extended Batman.
I like how
family.
They're so connected to Batman, but they're like, fuck that guy. I'm like, then don't dress like him, bitch.
I know exactly. Blood is thicker than water apparently. But yeah, it just I'm also wondering too. They haven't really done any. No, they killed Clayface, didn't they? They killed off Clayface, right?
What, in Detective?
In Comics? Detective, I think. Yeah,
crap! I didn't know that.
I think they did with the whole like thing with Tim Drake, Titans of Tomorrow. Tim Drake. I think they killed him.
I forgot about that arc. That was pretty. Whatever happened with that stuff? They didn't really go.
He just went away. Basically, he faded into obscurity. Like literally faded into obscurity.
We need to reread all of Rebirth and find out all the stuff that never got summed up and just made a culmination book of what actually happened.
Austin, I've been writing my own Superman story too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is it based with Rebirth?
Kind of. No, I want to go back in the vault. There's a character that they've used maybe 3 times that they've never done anything with, and I'm going to bring him back. And he is going to be badder than Rogolzar.
I want you to use something in it. You need to use white kryptonite. I was doing some research. It mixes with Kryptonian plant life. You've got to be able to use that for something. Like, I was like, how weird is that?
The last time they've done like a kryptonite thing was in the I think it was the Action Comics anniversary where Superman gave Batman like a type of kryptonite that would give him superpowers like Superman and have no adverse effects forever. But Batman's like, no, I don't want to do it.
I really like to imagine this way Bruce talks. I don't want it.
I'm Batman.
I wish we'd get something from Bruce Wayne, like more like a Mark Spector Moon Knight sort of thing, where he had a third personality. Like there's Batman, there's Bruce Wayne, and then he had like if it was in the way of
hey there,
he's a cab driver. I'm a Jewish cab driver.
He just goes around a couple times. No, I can't do that. Yes, I can do
Bruce
that.
Wayne?
You'll pay for that. No, he does. His name is Matches Malone. Yeah, I am Matches Malone, cab driver.
But you got to think,
as
the world's greatest detective, he had to go undercover for a bit, like maybe not being Batman sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I would really like to see the adventures of Bruce Wayne as a different character.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, because seriously, that is his character he uses to infiltrate. Matches Malone. He's like a low level.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing. Matt.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to save this on my phone.
Okay, yeah. Matches Malone is a real character. He is a low level crook, that like died a long time ago in DC, but Batman impersonates him to get in like gang information and just like street level info. It's a real thing. It's like a character he plays.
Well, I'm gonna have to find out. Go do my deep dive on Batman tonight.
Yes, you do, or you can just ask me because I'm pretty sure.
I've never heard of that ever.
Yeah, no, Matches Malone is a real guy. He's like, hey there, what are you doing? Hey, you hear any word from anything, Bruno Mannheim? Like,
all right, we need to cut things off. But I have one last question for you. Speaking of Batman, before we end it, do you watch Gotham? Have you watched Gotham?
I watched the first season of Gotham.
I saw it was on Netflix. Never watched it.
I was never too thrilled with it because there's way too much Batman-y stuff in there where it's like, Bruce just pretending like he's like, I'm so mad about my parents dying. And then Alfred's like, oh, because he's like one of those like typical, or one of the newer ones where it's like a big beefy one. He's like, I never don't worry about it. Like, like Michael Caine, but hard man Michael Caine. So anyway, like
it's really crazy that what's the guy's name in the Burton verse?
The Alfred, Pat Hingle.
He really did a good job. When you think back,
no, that's not the Pat Hingle's the Commissioner Gordon. Michael Gough is the one who was.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, guys. I really liked his performance. When I think back to the Keaton movie, I think that might be my favorite part.
Really? He was in all of them. He was in the Keaton and the Schumacher. He's like, hello, sir. May I help you out? I hope I don't get McGregor's syndrome. Just like stuff like that. But
so, needless to say, I will not be watching Gotham.
I don't know. I was gonna say Gotham is
okay.
It's like
wrapping up.
You might like it because it's kind of like CW.
I know it's like a soap opera-y sort of show, right?
Yeah. It centers around Gordon and Bullock, though. What the guy from the OC is.
Yeah. He's not
Gordon,
bad.
and then Donald Logue is Harvey Bullock.
Comedian.
Yeah. He was in like a few comedy things. I think he was in Law and Order SVU for like a few years too. So like
actually, every actor and actress has been in a Law and Order episode.
Yeah, no. He was a main cast. He was like their sergeant or like their leader. Yeah, but anyway, Gotham is okay. It's not my cup of tea, but it's very CW, like I said. So you may enjoy it.
I'll check it.
There's a bad guy named the Balloon Man who like gets weather balloons and like carries people up to the sky, and then the balloon pops and they fall down. That's something I remember.
You got to come up with something. I guess that works.
I know that. I'm also. The thing too is like they just try to shoehorn in a bunch of villains too in the show.
That's what you already
like Bane is now in like the 5th season, and I'm thinking like, no, Bane's whole thing is because he sees Batman and he thinks Batman is a challenge, so no Batman equals no Bane. But, there's smarter people than me writing the show. Wink. But, yeah, so.
All right, I'll probably watch the pilot, which is a bad place to start a show, but.
Yeah, it's a terrible place, Austin.
No, pilots are usually, like, you watch them, like, ooh. It's usually, like, partway through season 2, after, like, mid-season break, you're like, oh, this show's enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Hey.
But, all right, until next week, episode 4, we'll talk, and I'm gonna probably put up a pull list on Twitter this week, so give that a
we're
read.
tweeting now. Did you ever figure out how to add multiple accounts on Instagram?
No.
I found out how. I'll show you how.
All right, cool. We're learning.
Yeah, we're figuring out stuff, guys. We're trying.
But go read those books. A lot of good stuff. And
have yourselves a wonderful day.
Sounds good.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.